Halo's prototype suit is a mech with a massive cult following, befitting the amazingly good short it appears in. It's also a mech with a surprisingly clear-cut lineage. Let's build one, shall we? Developed in an attempt to trickle down Mjolnir advancements to other UNSC assets, the original Hrunting YGGDRASIL exosuit was at once a proof of concept and a powerhouse. Armed with a forearm-mounted minigun, a triple-cell heat-seeking missile rack, hand grenades with a mechanical hand to hold them, and a shoulder-mounted howitzer firing 105mm shells of human justice towards any Xeno unfortunate enough to face off against it. For support, the machine boasts powerful chest and back thrusters, enabling full vertical and lateral flight, alongside a bubble shield to keep them in the fight. These features ended up making this titanium chimpanzee too expensive to mass produce, even outpricing the Mjolnir suits we see in-game, which I would remind you cost more than a starship. The prototype suit would see its end on Algolis, with the pilot going missing in action after destroying the suit. But the technology behind it would go on to be used in mechs like the Cyclops and Mantis later on, showing that this suit's demise wasn't in vain. The mechanical design of the prototype suit was done by Shinji Aramaki. Shinji's work is too vast to recount in full, but some relevant highlights include Genesis climber Mospita, an awesome show about alien crabs fighting motorcycles that turn into power armor, as well as a variable fighter that would go on to be in a, shall we say, awkward relationship with the Valkyries that we know and love.
Hug me, brother!
Shinji was in charge of the human mechs, including the eponymous Mospita ride armors and the Lijos variable fighters. Megazone 23, or Shinji's trademark variable motor action starring a particular red menace, the Garland, that would go on to be the inspiration for one of the most notorious red robots in gaming. And finally, his big debut piece, Metal Skin Panic Maddox, an OVA about a rather familiar looking suit of power armor, the Maddox. Developed in an attempt to make a man-sized tank buster, the Slave Trooper 1 was at once a proof of concept and a powerhouse. Armed with a forearm-mounted minigun, quad heat-seeking missile racks, hand mines with a hand precise enough to eat out of a bento box, and a hip-mounted autocannon for dealing with anything unfortunate enough to face it on the ground. For support, the Maddox uses a set of forward and back-mounted thrusters for why does it feel like I'm repeating myself? Right. So as it's plain to see, Shinji managed to reach every fan's dream and sneak his OC into the official lore of one of his favorite series. Putting them side by side, the family resemblance is obvious. Similar loadouts, functions, and paint jobs. The Maddox itself can trace some direct lineage to the Marauder we've discussed previously. Shinji was actually involved as a guest artist on that project, and though without proof, I have seen rumor that the Maddox is directly based on an unused design of the 88 Marauder. The prototype further continues that legacy, being yet another in a storied lineage of badass flying metal apes. Enough of the lore. Let's get into what most of you are here for. Spin cycle, go! Let's break this down, shall we? As an AC, the prototype equips some of the hardest hitters available. Earshot does spectacular damage to anything in front of it, while the double pursuit missile rack keeps constant pressure on enemy ACs. With just the Hugh Ben, the prototype can mildly stun lock with simple punches, but the minigun is too heavy to pack any sort of explosive on your other hands. Alternatively, if you're as willing as I am to shed the clunky minigun, the Cheng Chen and Pocket Nade Launcher are a lovely little duo, being able to handle small fry, large fodder, or just keep hounding AC's bosses with heavy grenade hits. The choice is yours on how you'd like to kit your Hrunting out. As always, if you like the content in this video, feel free to check out my support methods down below. I've got both a commission sheet and other methods of support. Other than that, feel free to like and subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more, because I'm always cooking up something on this channel. And as always, stay safe out there.